Hey everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going on to Bitcoin. Big of the CoinsKid crew. So, I've got to completely rely on data, not emotion here. I'm trying to find any reasons to sell Bitcoin. And at the moment, I don't think there is any reason to sell Bitcoin other than the fact that we have retraced into a significant level of resistance. I'm going to try and find, multiple reasons to get rid of our Bitcoin. But at the moment, I'm simply relying on the data, not emotion, okay? And this is one of the key data points way back in November of 2022, after the 5 waves down, obviously, with the data and the fact that this particular indicator here had gone dark green and was sitting in the floor at 2 all the way down there, just like that previous bottom there and just like that previous bottom there, dark green and in the floor. I said to you it's an opportunity, although it doesn't feel like it. So I bought Bitcoin way back when, rode it all the way back up, and I know a lot of people at this point when we were coming down, they were looking for lower lows, but like I said to you, you've still got your higher highs, high low structure in the CBBI. This is something we was looking at, it's confidence of the fact that I did think that Bitcoin was about to put in a huge vertical, like I kept saying telling you in each and every single video. I think there's a vertical in this chart, okay? I don't know why, but it looks though, according to the data, there is a vertical in the chart, potential wave 3. So right now, we've met the target of a wave 3. I'll go through this with you in today's video. So obviously we run into key resistance, and at resistance everyone feels like selling and trying to buy back lower and things like that. But if this is a wave 3, we've got to respect the power of it, okay? Like I said to you, it's a very powerful wave. It's a third wave. The momentum is with the market, so you can't counter it really until you start to see key significant data and indicators telling you, okay, jump ship, get out, basically. So I think it's a dangerous game to look for swings. Obviously I try and find longs and shorts and things like that on a daily basis for you, but to turn around and sell a Bitcoin at this point, I think is basically quite risky. And obviously I could be wrong, we could roll or whatever, but what I'm looking for on the macro anyway is just kick back, relax, wait for this particular indicator to get really, really overbought again and go dark red. It really is that simple, because if every time, you start to come up and you start to sell and things like that, it's going to be really difficult to pinpoint the exact bottom and where you should buy back. Do you understand? So what we've just got to do is respect the fact that when it's dark green, buy, and when it's dark red, sell. It really is that simple, okay? And data, not emotion, is what I relay to you. So dark green, buy, dark red, sell, dark green, buy, dark red, sell, dark green, buy. And what we should be doing right now from our entry point way back when people were really fearful and bearish is just wait for this to go dark red, okay? But obviously if we start to see certain things in the charts like breakdown of structure and support, then obviously we've got to look at that, that this indicator is actually broken at this point. But so far it's not, so we have to respect the data, not emotion. So let's dive into the Bitcoin video. But what I'm trying to relay to you right now, really simple. We should just be kicking back, relaxing, not trying to time the market. Just kick back, relax, and wait for the data to tell us when the beautiful exit point for Bitcoin is right there, okay? So let's dive into the Bitcoin chart, see what we can see. So looking at Bitcoin on a daily time frame, I think Bitcoin could be in a continuation here of going vertical, and I think the clue will be taking out this resistance, okay? So if we start to see Bitcoin coming up and taking out 47620 on the daily and starts to go vertical here, I think we could be on the cusp of a major move, a new all-time high here for Bitcoin, okay? Because at the moment I have to respect the data, okay? And it really is that simple. There's no bias. It's not bull-tardism, bear-tism, whatever, moon-tardism, and a lot of people say that, but it's simple data, and it's the data I relaying to you way back when. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5 waves of death, the falling wedge, really, really tight. We broke out the third point resistance. We got the close above the 20. So these are all data points that I was relaying to you, okay? Equally here in the summer, ABC, sideways correction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, counter 5 wave as well, just like the big counter 5 waves. I said to you at this point, I think Bitcoin's going to come up, and it has done, and there's stacks of confidence at this particular level here. This leg, was going to be meant for Bitcoin. It was a monster trade. Now I was looking at a minimal target on the fibs of a 2618. Look at that, absolute dollar and cent. Look at that, the red line, 2618. So for me anyway, from a technical standpoint, the fact that we've come up here off this high here and took out the 1 fib and got to the 2.618, this is showing me there's a lot of power for Bitcoin. I wouldn't necessarily be looking at it as some kind of A, B, C wave, which is what a lot of analysts are looking at. So in my opinion, ABCs tend to tap out the 1618. So in theory, if this is an A and this has been a B and this is a C, we should not have got above the 1618, okay? It really is simple, because in ABC corrections, which I've traded many, many times over the years, for example, this is an ABC. Look at this. So this is a monster A, B, C, like that. It always gets to the 1618, okay? So from the top to the bottom, you can clearly see we tapped out down here at around about 16k, $16,767, sorry, on the 1618. Look at that, 1618, ABC, 1618, see you later. We're off to the races, basically. So at this point here as well, if we take a look at this ABC, A, B, C zigzag, let's take a look at where that tapped out, and you can clearly see from the top to the bottom, tapped out on the 1618, never got to the 2.618, and then boom, we continued with the show basically. So we had the irregular ABC, the ABC zigzag, we had the a regular ABC just there on the 1618 as well, and right now we're continuing to show, just like we continued to show off this big ABC zigzag correction, we continued to show and went vertical in the wave 3, which is what I think this is right now. So from this point here, if I'm correct, we should not be losing the thick yellow line, because it's only when you lose a thick yellow line that that's the end of the game, basically, and that's the macro correction at play right there. So I've got to respect the data at the minute, the fact that we've tapped the 2618, sorry, this leg of resistance. I think that if we start to melt through this particular resistance here, then I think we've got a vertical in this chart. And I think that once we take out this level here, 4762, I think Bitcoin can actually make a new all-time high within days, if not weeks here. Okay, and this is something I've been looking at, that this is a 1, ABC 2, and this is part of the third wave which is coming up, which in theory the third wave takes out that resistance point just there, this resistance point just there, and the all-time high, because that's what third waves do. For example, you know, this is your third wave coming up here. What did it do? Took out that resistance point there and the all-time high. So we could be on the cusp of a major vertical here for Bitcoin until we start to break down below the thick yellow line. Okay, I'll remain cautiously bullish there for Bitcoin. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Back soon with another update on Bitcoin. Bye bye.